you're a girl, woman, and you want to get married, you're single, maybe you're ready to mingle, maybe you're not ready to mingle, but you want to truly date righteously, you want to know how to get somebody so well without crossing some of your emotional and physical boundaries, then this video is for you. My name is Alika Torapov, and on this channel, we talk all things relationships, faith, wellness, and so much more. And I'm so excited to continue our relationship series with this particular topic because it is so vital, yet it's not talked a lot about for some reason. For the purposes of this video, I just want to outline what dating truly means. For me, dating is something more than a friendship, but yet it's not a marriage. It's a relationship where you're not yet committed to the person for the rest of your life, where you haven't said yes, but yet you're still interested in them and you're trying your best to find out as much as you can about them before you make your decision. While some may say that, well, you know what, relationships are so complex, the Bible is not very clear about this dating stage, so it's up to every single person how to navigate it. I kind of agree and disagree with that, because while the Bible does outline terms such as marriage and singleness, it talks a lot about all kinds of relations. The Bible talks a lot on how we should navigate human relationships. And all in all, God has made each and every single one of us so that we are not alone. So it's important for us to understand that we are not meant to do life alone. As a happily married woman now that had different experience of dating before I met my husband and when I was seeing my husband, I can definitely testify that it's such a game changer of when you're pursuing a relationship during dating in a righteous, respectful, honorable manner with wisdom, respecting once again the other person and yourself, and not getting too attached in the process. At the end of the day, you know that this relationship can go two ways. You could either break up, which is totally cool. I mean, congratulations if you've broken up recently. It's painful. I've went through numerous heartbreaks. I wish I didn't, because I've created these soul ties. And yet I'm still grateful that I've had these breakups, because I didn't commit my life to somebody that I wouldn't want to spend the rest of my life with. So dating is really about finding out whether that person is truly the one for you. So it's such a crucial and important time. You don't want to waste your time while you're dating. You want to ask all the questions you can. You want to see that person in all kinds of circumstances before you're at the altar, saying yes to the thick and thin, saying yes to be a ride or die with that person. Marriage is such a beautiful thing, but it's only beautiful when two mature individuals come together and they're ready, they're committed, they know that they're going to be choosing to love the other every single day. So first things first, when it comes to getting to know somebody as much as we can, we want to remain honorable and polite. We don't want to just bombard somebody with all kinds of personal questions that the person is not ready to answer. It's really important to remind yourself about protecting your heart above else. You don't want to get attached so much to the person that you're not gonna be in the future with. And once again, as you're asking all these questions, as you're navigating through dating, you might find out that you're not interested in the person, or the person will realize that they're not interested in you. Then what do you do then? You guys break up and go your separate ways. So it's important to navigate this in a very respectful manner. Now, when it comes to getting to know someone, it's important to have open and genuine conversations. Seriously, ladies, do not waste your time on just, these cinema or restaurants, outgoings and stuff like that. I mean, that's all great, but you can have all that during marriage as well. This is the time to truly ask as many questions as you can, and I truly recommend to do it in public places with other people around you. And while some may say, well, you're never gonna know how the person truly is without living with them, I truly think that's not the case. You don't need to jump in the bed with someone to find out whether their hygiene is good, or whether they are somebody that has goals, dreams, and aspiration, whether they're somebody that understands their calling in life and knows what they're doing, whether they have all kinds of different goals in various spheres and what they do on a daily basis. The beauty of dating is that you get to learn about someone without being too physical, without wasting your time on all these kinds of things, yet you are getting to know the person. And if you along the way find out that they're not the one for you, great. This means that you shouldn't be wasting more of your time and their time. You don't want to be selfish in that way. You don't want the person to become a project that you want to fix, or you want to be confident first of all in yourself. You are the only person that you are in charge of. And at the end of the day, ladies, you are not fixing the other person. And you can never fix the other person unless they want to be fixed, and that depends on your kind of priorities. First and foremost, if they're not a Christian person and you are, and you know that's important for you, well, that's your huge red flag. Maybe that guy is great for somebody else, but not for you, because that is not your value, because that is not where you stand. So why would you choose a leader of your family, somebody who doesn't lead you in the way that you want to be led? You know what I mean? You don't want that in your family. You don't want this destruction in your family. And years down the line, you realize that's really not where you want to be headed. You don't want to make that decision 5 years down the line. So don't waste your time now. Or maybe the person is Christian, but some of their values or some of their priorities or goals in life, or some of the things that they do now, you kind of don't really like, or they're struggling with something. Well, let them figure it out. That means they're not ready, and you're not there to save them. You're not there to fix them. It might be quite difficult to notice these things that you're not comfortable with. I call them orange flags. There's green flags and there's red flags that are very alarming. Yet there's these kind of like orange flags that are really up to you to decide whether you want to, perceive that person. And how do you find out these things when you're so kind of, emotionally involved in a relationship already? Well, first of all, it's important to not have that boundary. But if you're already dating and you notice that you're really, really attached, get to see that person in as many circumstances as you can. For example, when me and my husband were dating, besides restaurants, besides all kinds of cute dates here and there in the park, sitting watching the sunset, we've worked together a lot on different kinds of projects. We've traveled to Ukraine, we've traveled to Germany, to all kinds of places along with other team members, and got to see each other in quite difficult circumstances that are unusual to our environment. We got to see each other under stressful situations where we had to make decisions very quick, where we had to be alert, where we had to, sometimes sleep for 3 hours and be back on our feet. And my husband got to see how I reacted towards people, and likewise I got to see how he would make decisions when he had like few minutes to think about them. And although my husband had strong feelings for me back in the day, and so did I, we were still kind of paying attention to each other and how we would react. We wouldn't tell this to each other literally in the face, be like, oh, I'm looking at you right now, let's give this time to pay attention to each other. We weren't even dating then. We were kind of this in weird situationship, I call it. But yet we were honest that yes, we have feelings for each other, but let's truly see if we're compatible for each other, because we don't want to waste our time. We understand that God has a calling for both of our lives, and we don't want to choose the wrong person. Marriage is a beautiful thing, you guys. But if you choose the wrong person, you wake up with that person every single day. You live with that person every single day. So dating is truly, or pre-dating stage, whatever you want to call it, friendship, you want to find out as much as you can about the person. And even as you're going out, let's say just the two of you in public places, pay attention to how that person talks about other people and treats them. It's natural that, we're experiencing all these hormonal changes, and endorphins are going back and forth. And thank God for that as well, because probably if we were too critical of every single person, we would never end up with anybody. So thank God for this, process that is periodical, by the way, and science proves that it's periodical. So it ends at a certain time in our lives in order to protect our own brain. But during that time, it's very easy to miss out all these little details. And I hear this a lot, unfortunately, from married women, either 1 year into their marriage or a few years or 10 years, that, oh, I wish I paid attention to this thing more. And they really knew that this person had this issue, or they really felt that about their character, that something was off in that area of their character. So please do not waste your time on just these pointless dates of where you're both laughing, hee hee ha ha, because you can have all these dates when you're married. Like right now, I wake up every single day with my husband, and we can choose to have a coffee date in the morning in our house, literally, and talk about anything we want, to any degree that we want, because we can get intimate in all kinds of ways now that we're married, and we have that freedom to do that. And it's beautiful. But when we were dating, we were truly cautious that, we may not end up being with each other. So why would we open up our hearts to each other? And we realized at the end of the day that we're not meant for each other, despite our feelings, despite what we're feeling in the moment. It's very important to preserve that self control. Please remember that every single relationship, every single love story is so unique. Of course, there are patterns that, statistics tell us about, but don't forget that your experience is an individual one. So, with that said, really seek the wisdom from the Lord. He has all the answers. And, girl, He wants the best for you. The Lord has an answer for you. The Lord wants to bless you with the best person ever. But God also gives us free will to decide, to make our own decisions. And our decisions have consequences, whether they're good consequences, whether they're bad consequences. Decisions have consequences. And I want you to thrive in your life. And with whom you're going to end up is one of the most important decisions. So I just want to bless you in this process. Once again, I don't know where you stand in life. Let me know down in the comments below. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Maybe some of the questions that you're having about this. Let me know. I will try my best to navigate them. And because I'm talking to ladies right now, I just want to say, the one who is truly for you, he will find you. He will pursue you. You want to be pursued. Don't rush into a relationship that may not be for you. Even the right person at the wrong time is still a wrong person. It's about the right person, it's about the right timing and right place. And you want all of this to align, and that is just so, so beautiful when all of this comes together and you're confidently inside able to say, yes, they're the one for me. You have this peace, you have these confirmations. First of all, there may be this just like supernatural understanding or this peace that you're experiencing about the person, but also logically you're understanding that they're the one for you because you've had these difficult conversations. So do not be afraid to ask those questions that you're having. Also in this video down below, I will post a link to over 60 questions that you could ask during dating, and especially during the first few dates, to not be afraid to ask those questions. I know that some of them are very straight up, but depending on the level of your relationship, depending on whether you've been friends for over years or you recently just met somewhere and you're going out on this first date, it really depends. And that's the beauty of relationships. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something new. Let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, see you soon.